So politics as usual. Before we get into our 2020 roundup, we're going to talk about a couple of crazy things that happened over the holiday season. One was pretty much in Nashville. A man drove his RV down Main Street and it's like blew himself up.
I'm in my recreational vehicle with some recreational explosives. I'm not trying to cause any terror. But I'm afraid. I'm a technology guy that's afraid of 5G. Like, let's just talk about how stupid that is for a minute, right? This guy they claim that he is some sort of expert on electronics, and you don't know what millimeter wave technology is.
I mean, this shows you that people are just going to the whole delusional reality in it right now. Like, no matter how smart they are. You know, like that. I watched this documentary about Heaven's Gate, about the Heaven's Gate cult, about those guys who like went like face up with Nikes in the 90s to go to follow Haley's comment to go to Heaven's Gate pretty much, and how like a lot of the cult members, they were members of that cult for like 20 years, like 25 years, for a long time before they committed that mass suicide, and a lot of them were like, professional people who had children, who had like degrees, were scientists, who were like lawyers, or different kind of fields. Yet they believed that aliens were going to come and take them to a new utopian planet. So, and then off themselves in the 90s with their leader. So like that, the people being educated and still believe an outrageous thing is this. I just totally believe that happening. And then this guy kind of represents that. This Nashville Christmas bomber, he showed interest in lizard people and kinds of crazy conspiracies. I want to play this clip real quick.
Shout out to the leaders in the culture field.
And he had cancer.
The dream makers and boundary breakers.
Yeah, that's interesting. I did not know about that.
The future we want to see. Turn it up. Let me hear you say,
"Hey yo!"
We make today.
This morning, investigators are piecing together clues from that devastating Christmas Day bombing in Nashville, trying to figure out why 63-year-old Anthony Quinn Warner blew himself up inside an RV at an AT&T building. And overnight, newly released body camera video showing the moments police officers responded to the scene.
That's so weird. That's like something out of a movie.
And just moments later, the bomb detonated. In the chaos, officers evacuating people who were still in their homes.
Are you guys okay?
The blast knocking down a building and shattering windows and doors for blocks. Investigators are still looking for Warner's motivation behind the attack.
Yeah, that's not terrorism.
Sources tell ABC News investigators are looking at a theory that Warner may have been motivated, at least in part, by a paranoia over 5G cell technology. Conspiracy theories falsely allege 5G networks can weaken the immune system, among other things. And
it sounds like something out of Dr.
warned earlier this year that threats against 5G
communications
infrastructure are on the rise.
Starts a nuclear war because of it.
His father did work for AT&T. Interviews are still being conducted to determine, if that plays in any whatsoever into the motive.
The New York Times reporting Warner told his ex-girlfriend he had cancer and gave her his car. And a neighbor telling ABC News just last week, Warner said Nashville and the world, quote, is never going to forget me.
Yeah, that's definitely not terrorism.
That neighbor also told me that if he had known what Warner was going to do, he would have died trying to stop him. Authorities still have the blast zone behind me blocked off, but later today, some business owners could be allowed to come back for the very first time to survey what's left.
Oh, so that's definitely not because we've seen people complain about burnt wood piles and broken glasses and you're harming the businesses.
Camp out soup cans, or like people filling up planes to go fly and start riots, and Antifa riots.
Right. You hear about that, right?
Specialized unit people, whatever.
Another thing that's really funny, and I've seen this also in other countries where there will be a simple violent act, and the first thing that comes out of their mouth is domestic terrorism or terrorism, right? It's been 4 days since that happened, and we're still not hearing the T word.
Remember, even regardless of like the terrorism, because like why they use terrorism to like what happened. Remember there was a few years ago, there was a Christmas bomb that happened almost The underwear bomber, remember that? That was supposed to happen on Christmas.
Yeah, I laughed.
It should have happened. It didn't happen, but you saw it happen or something that could have happened. They went over there and like killed a whole bunch of people who like thought about it or who stood next to somebody who talked about it with drone strikes. And
right
when that guy almost could have didn't with underwear on a plane, you really have someone who did it in an RV. He drove up and he blew himself up, and it's like, okay, is there other people was he talking to that, thinking about the same thing, or was he like, what's going on here?
I mean, if the US took the same approach to that situation, then they would be like bombing like every red state in the country.
Yeah, we'd be invading Mississippi pretty much.
Yeah. So I just find it, for me, I got to see the irony, right? When it came to the underwear bomber, it was like, okay. The only thing that I really took from that was, if you must really believe in your cause, if you are starting the explosion underneath the testicles, like that's
and then a lot of it came out that he was kind of this like misled. He was like, it was kind of like on some weird kind of indoctrinating thing. Mind, this is before social media, so this is a little more different. Like so I really want to Google. It comes up right away. Underwear bomber. It's sad that So this
underwear. And are you a bomber?
It's a Unabomber. So remember what happened to this? He got sentenced to life in prison. Like they threw that man underneath the jail. There was like that's terrorism.
Did they allow him to wear underwear?
And they traced exactly who he was talking to. Who also got killed. They killed this guy's son, the militant who's just like a preacher or whatever. They killed his son too. They killed that guy's son too, who was like 15 with a drone strike as well. So this is after this. They went out there and started killing other kids. They started killing kids because of this. Dead ass America. I want to fact check it. We can fact this right now. They killed his son in a drone strike. He comes out right away. His son was killed in the drone strike. So and this is Obama killed his fucking son. Oh, I don't want to show Glenn. That's a character right there.
But again, the overall.
This is after the attempted bombing. This is after attempted bombing.
He failed to explode his testicles on an airplane,
and they killed a 15-year-old over that. So who knows who else they killed over that?
Yeah, but what 15-year-old would they have to do a drone strike on because of something that just happened in this RV non-bombing? Because remember, we can't call it a bombing and we can't call it terrorism, right? There was a release of energy from inside the RV that resulted in.
I love how like they use it. They're saying everything, all the words in the dictionary before they call it domestic terrorism or like.
We're not gonna call it that. He voluntarily merged with the universe with a device that had an explosion of a release of
reactionary chemicals,
right?
That united together.
Chemicals that released a great amount of energy that resulted in the loss of the person who created the device that create and the surrounding structures for reasons that had something to do with the direction society and or politics is going.
Yeah, he wanted
it's
slow
not
internet.
Terrorism, and it wasn't a bombing.
He wanted slow internet so badly that he blew himself up over it. So that's allegedly that's what they're saying. So I believe that story, whatever they want to say.
Blow himself up.
Yeah.
He created a device that had some chemical reactions that had an extreme release of energy.
Yeah. And he spread his DNA.
He spread his essence all over downtown.
Yo, it's crazy. That's literally what they're talking like on CNN. That's crazy. So like, well, I want to share this other story that you show me. If Phil can play this really scary video. This video is really scary to me. I don't know if the Twitch or Facebook feels like.
Because Blue Lives Matter.
If you were black in that building, where's the back door?
Damn, he just committed a riot against his own hand.
Oh, they're attacking that guy too. Oh, so that's a clip from what happened. It's like I guess a video that just a photo that went viral of a guy kicking the door in. You can just play that clip again, Phil. This is crazy clip.
I do want to make it very clear. I did care about their freedom, but now that I saw that they broke a piece of glass, I now don't care about their freedoms. I don't care about whatever it is because it was okay until they started destroying property.
Yeah, I don't like this door kicking. The door has feelings too.
There are some curbs. There's been a curb of certain freedoms or what have you, but
they're not thinking about the door. The guy who made the door, the guy who made the glass.
Yeah, I can't think about their cause. Everything that they're fighting for is completely I can't even say it.
Illegitimate. It's just the garbage.
Right. It's been made to be illegitimate. I can't speak English right now. Because they broke a piece of glass. I just want to make that very, very clear. I no longer care about your freedoms because of the lockdowns. Oh, wait. I don't think I ever gave a fuck because I give a fuck about the people who need to be protected from the virus. I care about the people who need to find an open ICU bed. Otherwise, without it, they can't be safe.
So you got to see this confusion ass image. He says, "Look at this." His sweater says, "This is how Americans take a knee." This is how he's protesting. I guess that sweater shows he didn't like Carpenter's protest.
So violent, and his is so peaceful.
These guys are fucking idiots. You can see right here. This is this perfect image right here.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Yep.
So that's what happened.
He's got the Derek Jeter shirt on. Scroll up. Yeah. He's got the Derek Jeter shirt on. Respect. Oh my God, sir.
He's got like some Puerto Rican guy shirt on.
Oh my God.
Was Derek Jeter?
I mean, the jokes write themselves, son. The jokes write themselves. I mean, I've actually seen people say that this is okay because these people are fighting for their freedom, but the black people that were doing it were just destroying random businesses. It's like, no. Okay. We hear you. Like, we heard what you said, but we listening to what you're saying.
Yeah, so this is what happened. They seem to be kicking in doors and breaking glass. There's actually more clips here. I don't know if you can hear the audio. Can you hear the audio?
Yeah.
So they got guns, just walking around with big guns, like for some reason. I'm not sure who's coming. Why do you need those guns? Is RoboCop coming?
No, this is a peaceful demonstration.
Is Terminator coming?
See, the Trumpers are going to tell us. They're going to show us how to do a peaceful protest. I want everybody out there to watch and learn. This is how you do a peaceful protest.
They're so angry at that door. He said, "Fuck you" at that door. He said, "Fuck you" door. You saw how angry he was at that door. He's like, "Oh, door. Make me wear a mask, door." Like,
how dare you make me care about somebody else's well-being?
Yeah, until you get sick, until someone in your family gets sick.
Yeah, then they're still saying we don't care.
They're grabbing onto nurses while they're dying.
Yeah,
and they still don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's going down
as their soul is leaving their body.
So if you had not done such great evil to my people and simply asked me not to wear my mask, I would have. But you commanded it, and therefore I declare my right to protest against your forced authority and remove my mask. This guy sounds like a 5-year-old.
Trying to sound like a 45-year-old.
You make me put on pants when I want to wear pants. I do not want to wear pants.
Oh shit! Oh shit! That is too real. I'm sorry, that might be too real for the show, son.
This is crazy, yo. If you had not done such great evil to my people, I see me not wears my underwear. But you
and this is probably the same guy that says, slavery wasn't that bad, and Jim Crow, there's no such thing as systemic racism. And then he puts
what about Roman slavery? What about Roman slavery?
You have done a great evil to my people.
What about dinosaur slavery?
You told me to stay home, order food, watch Netflix, and fuck my wife.
Yeah,
such an evil injustice you've done to us.
So this is intense. This is they try to force their way in. This is another clip. They finally got into the building.
He said it. Rewind it.
They're too loud for me. They're too loud.
Oh, you gotta rewind. We gotta rewind that and listen.
Huh?
Rewind it. Back to the beginning. All the way to the beginning.
People dress like they're going to the war zone.
Listen.
This is a peaceful resistance. You just kicked in the door, bro, over like not wearing a mask. You're scaring people. This guy, why are they dressed like this?
In full tactical gear. And he's coming there for peaceful reasons. Yeah. Us black people, we take a note.
If black people showed up in full tactical gear and said,
they would have found a minigun and would have mowed the ass down.
They'll do the right thing. Dude's taking Spike Lee. So this is their chant. Oh, the cops are coming. Oh, Blue Lives Matter.
Oh, you see how easily they're being moved by the police? Like, fuck out of here, right?
Yeah.
Like they thought that they were ready and prepared for war, right?
They got the full gear ready. Yeah,
but
they're being thrown around by the cops like mint noodles.
Yeah.
I came here to get beat up by my big brother.
Yep. They said that they're ready to go to war, right?
Yeah.
But then 2 police officers come, and
those cops are barely doing anything and like clearing it out.
Now, if there was a bunch of black people there,
they're running us over with a car.
Like, do you think that they would have their gun in their holster? Let's be real.
They're pushing them around like they're like having like a prep rally.
Do you think that if a bunch of black people showed up in tactical gear, they wouldn't have their guns drawn?
Full tactical.
You doing black ops? This is Cold War, son. This is Cold War.
They ain't doing no black ops here. This is not no black ops. This is in my couch ops.
No, we're talking about Activision's version of.
Oh, I was about to say this is hobo ops. That's what that is. That's the real hobo ops.
It's a fucking joke, man. These people are a fucking joke. It's ridiculous. They kick in the fucking door, they're breaking shit, talking about this is a peaceful resistance. And it really feels like they're trying to co-opt the rallying cry of black people, and then they're trying to twist it and then use it for their own selfish purposes. See, you let the black people do it. Well, you're mad because we asked you to order Uber Eats and watch Netflix. Black people are upset because, somebody said someone passed a fake $10 bill, and then you put your knee in his spine for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, half of which he was already dead.
They were ready to.
That's what people are protesting.
If that situation,
making me watch Netflix and order that nasty ass McDonald's.
So So I want to just wrap politics as usual. I want to go back to that. I have so many feelings about that, but that's politics as usual. I mean, as you see, that's what happened over the holidays. The alt-right had their protests. They blew themselves up. They kicked indoors. Wearing tactical
gear. But it was a
gear.
peaceful explosion.
Peaceful
destruction of state government property.
So that's Black Power Magic Hour. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Well, we're live on Twitch and Facebook every Tuesday and Thursday, and then follow Dr. Genius and his stream on Twitch and Facebook, and then catch our clips on YouTube on act.tv. Has over 46,000 subscribers, and tune in there. So